big secret. Don't share it outside of this room. I will clip it out of the CD and out of the videos so that you can't share it outside of this room. So it's a big secret. Okay? Are y'all ready? I wish Phaedra had her drum roll. Content-rich keywords and title line and description. That's what will get you up in organic. In order for you to know what are the rich keywords and the title lines and description, you need data and statistics. You have to have it. You have to write great descriptions about your item, not about your life. The buyers are opening up the listing page to see about your item, not about your life. Why you're selling the item belongs on your profile page. If it needs to be something that is relevant, build a listing, put it as a freebie, and link to that listing for more information so that your buyer is not directed away from the listing page. When they come to the listing, you want to court them. You want them to buy. You want them to feel comfortable and cozy. But in order to get them in the organic, rich keywords in your title line and your description, and you have to remember that what worked in December may not work in the spring. I'll give you for instance, I had 3 Hearts women jogging suits, 2-piece, really nice, perfect colors, great sizes. They were just totally cool, really nice jogging suits. So I put them online. I'm like, the things aren't selling. Nowhere. I can't give the dudes away. And not only that, there was almost no traffic. I'm like, what's the deal? These are the new colors. They're the perfect sizes. I thought, okay. So I sit down and I start checking to find out that that time of year, nobody was looking for a warm-up suit, but they were sure looking for jogging suits. So we changed the title line from warm-up to jogging, and I sold all of them in like 3 weeks' time. And I had caught it, of course, me, being really fast to change. I had made the change at the end of the jogging suit season, and then they died, and I'm like, okay, I'm stuck with these last few. What is the deal? Brain dead. Now it's a little cooler out, and they've gone from jogging apparel to warm up. So I change them, and I go back to the new with tags, and by George, the thing's all sold. So you have to stay on top of what your market is doing. Policies. Policies belong on the policy page.
Round of applause for that.
Yeah, they do.
I agree with
All right, a customer walks in. Welcome. How are you doing today? It's hot outside. Yeah, it is. What are y'all looking for? Well, we came in. Well, I just want you to know that I won't accept 2-party checks. The cardholder must be present at the time of transaction, and I prefer cash.
Yeah.
That is not good salesmanship. Instead, I want to direct them to, you came in and you're looking for, well, let me show you what we have over here. That's what your listing page needs to do. Instead of you see this much of the description, and then down below, it's all of, I ship here, I do this, I don't do that. That's not where that belongs. That belongs on your policy page and your shipping page and your return policy page. And if you want them to know about it, you put links to those pages down below your description. So if they're interested in what your return policy is for that cute little shirt, they're just really not sure, that pair of pants they're not sure will go up over their hips, that they can click to the return policy and find out what it is. But you don't want to have it on your listing page. You also need to do your homework. Google and Bing offer great tools just inside their search query field. Whenever you start typing and it fills in the blank for you with all of these results, look at those results. Find out what other people, because that's what the bulk of the searchers are using. And most of those can be your long tail query terms. Use them. Put in your description field, and if necessary, change your title line to include those terms. Stanley screwdrivers. All this time I've spelled Stanley screwdrivers the way that it's supposed to be, only to find out nobody searches for them like that. I've been spelling it wrong according to the internet, even though the dictionary says I'm right. So I'm going to change my Stanley spelling. I also found out that nobody looks for a screwdriver, but they sure look for screwdrivers. whenever I started playing with the long-tailed cornies, and if necessary, add them at least to your description field. Also, watch your trends and the time of year. What worked at Christmas may not work in the spring. Your quarters change, and you have to be willing to change with them. Remember, we talked about is you have to mentally get a mental mindset that I may have to change. That what works now may not work later. If you're not mentally prepared to change and to alter, whenever a change comes along, you got your head on your desk, just like the first guy going, oh, I can't do this. This is so much work. Being in business is not for the lazy, and it's not for the faint of heart. It can take a lot of work. Then you can include relevant inbound links. Link to your booth homepage. When you blog, when you Facebook, when you Twitter, your email signatures. Link to those things. Don't presume that your aunt doesn't want to know what you're doing. Put all those things in your signature lines and all your email communications. Also, link to booth categories that you keep populated, not the infrequently used categories. If you have categories that you only put product in, maybe at Christmas time, that's really a bad idea to add links to those things out on the internet, so when somebody clicks on it, they come and they get a blank page. That's not what you're after. You want them to find something. Link to your profile page and then change it or make it interesting where it tells your customers about you. Here not too long ago, I had a buyer email and tell us that part of the reason that they decided to purchase from us was they read our profile page. I had somebody call the store not too long ago about a transaction, actually some Aquage shampoo that I sold on Bonanza. And they called because they wanted to see if we were real people. If a human being would answer the phone. Not, thank you for calling Pennyworth. If you speak English, please press 1, and then, please press 3. They wanted to know that real people worked there. And they were impressed that my husband and I ran this and that our kids help us, that we are human beings. They want to know that you are a live human being and that if they have a problem, they're going to get a live human being to help them with that problem. Link to Bonanza's homepage, for the love of Pete. Use it. There's a lot of traffic that hits that homepage. Lots of traffic. Linking to it is a relevant inbound link on your blogs, on some of your email campaigns. Also link to Bonanza's blog. It's very active. Right now they're putting something on it just, every 2 or 3 days there's something new. Link to those blogs. Tweet about the blogs and link back to it. Then link to Bill's booth. Link to Mark's booth. Yeah. Link to Elizabeth, Tom, link to them. Come on guys, think about this. They're the big cheese. They're the big people. Link to them. Everybody wants to do that. They go where they click to see what they look like and what they've got and how they're doing it. So whenever you write, include them in some of your writings. And while we're talking about a blog isn't necessarily screaming about, I'm selling white pants today, or you blog about something that interests your customers. It's not about hollering about what you have. It's about what could interest your customers. If you sell fine jewelry, how do you take care of fine jewelry? Or you're going to carry a new line. How did you find that new line? Or you are selling great turquoise and your uncle is the one that you get the turquoise from Mexico, and how they mine that. Those things are of interest to your buyers, but in those blogs, include these links. And then refrain from linking to a single listing page, unless it's something that you will have from now on. Once it's on the internet, it's on the internet. And I was on the testing group that opened up the Overstock.com auctions platform. And there are still listings from that test in Google Organic that whenever you click it, it says, I'm sorry, we cannot find this item. Once it's on the internet, it tends to be on the internet. So you want to refrain from linking to a listing page unless it's product that you're going to carry for a very long period of time. You're better off to list to categories that you populate. You're better off to link to your profile page, to your booth home page, or to Bill and Mark. Link to them. To Elizabeth, Tom. All right, I know I hurried through this very quickly because I wanted to give you enough time to ask questions, and Elizabeth,